we call it winning edge because we think that we kind of do this better than anybody else in the country. And it's about discipline, it's about attention to detail, it's about starting, it's about finishing, it's about mental toughness, developing quickness and quality. So that's really what it is. We do it every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 o'clock in the mornings, and kind of a little, we'll get up and get after it, start the day the right way. And that's one of the best things we do in our player development program. But we have 3 different stations. One station, we teach our players how to run. To start, how to run, fundamentally how to run. We teach them fundamentally how to play football. We do that running-wise. And that's really helped us tremendously because we all know the importance of speed in our game. So that's the one station that we have. Another station we have is called an agility station. And really it's a station where you work on, back pedal, you work on staying low and under racks, you work on footwork, just a lot of different running and change of direction type drills that you will do in most any position in football. And then the other station that we have, we call it mats. And the mats is kind of legendary. Our players actually call the whole program mats rather than winning edge. But it's a very grueling, tough, demanding 18 minutes, all 3 stations are 18 minutes long, where we work on development of foot quickness at the highest level, speed, acceleration, change direction, in a real tight format that is very strict in its command rules of when you start and how you do the task and how you finish, and if you don't do it right, you do it over again. And really that's really one of the main things we try to get out of the whole program is the ability to start, do the task right, just like a football play, and then finish the play. And that's in our team bottom line, that's what that's about. And really, that component right there is a part of every one of those different stations. And so we become a much better football team. When that hour and 10 minutes is over with, we're a much better football team than when we started. The mats, that's kind of legendary a little bit because I always get texts or emails from players that I played with, way back in the day, that ask me, hey, when is mats starting? I mean, this is 40 years later, or how many years later? Because they remember how grueling it was and how difficult it was. And they also know how that helped us win when I was at Kent State. So this is something that Don James brought from Kent State. He got it when he was at Florida State. Actually, Bobby Bowden and him were on the same staff there. But this goes way, way back. And so he brought mats, and it's something that I was a part of. It really changed me. I mean, I didn't like it, didn't like going through it because I became mentally tougher, quicker, more determined. I had much more confidence in myself from battling fatigue and things like that. And so that's kind of what we have carried, and I've carried that over, from what I did when I played. And Jack Lambert was on that team, and Nick Saban was on that team, and a bunch of other great guys and friends. And we won a championship there. But that was the same thing that I did when I was at Washington with Coach James, and the same thing we did when I was head coach at Toledo. And obviously now it's hugely important. For the player development part of our Mizzou made. It's something that's real important. We think it's the best in the country, and I think most people that come through and see it, people that are educated in terms of coaches and that in the past have seen winter conditioning programs. It's really, really important for us and our success. It's amazing though. I mean, I tell our players and I talk to them about the mats, and quite frankly, we do it on field turf now, and some of the players ask why we call it mats. And the reason was we used to have it, when I was at Kent State, we used to have it in a locker room, and we had a wrestling match that they just threw out there, and that's what it was, real tight and confined space. But I tell our players, the great thing is I look at them, I say, I've been through it myself. I think our players know, and certainly that I went through it, but the reason that we do it, and I think we've refined and even made it better, which Coach James would want me to do that. I think it's hugely important for our program.